All right, look at all these painted spoons. I meticulously painted each spoon with each color so we can all see it up close and personal. And even though you are in the last video, you saw me painting the spoon, obviously the paint went on wet. But how does it look when it's dry? We're going to review each one. First, I'd like to review it based on how close the color choice is. Let's grab the white and then the armored white. White obviously is a lot better, and this one is more of the off-white color, which is referred to as armored white. We've seen that in other lacquer-based paints that I use. But it's nice and smooth and very self-leveling, of course. There is a bit of a little fragment there, and I think that is because maybe a lot of static in the air, a lot of particles. Granted, I think the could be my spray booth, but you gotta remember that every time I airbrushed each color and I was done, I cleaned it, I washed it, I made sure it was no residue left over in the airbrush. And I was using the cleaner brush and airbrush solution for this by Kaleido. I gotta say that properly, Kaleido or Kaleido. But yeah, it looks really nice. And drying time was maybe about an hour. No, I don't know how. I didn't actually time it, like saying let me just touch it. You know how long it takes, but it drying came up pretty good. I'm gonna put you over there, and I'm gonna go with the next color tone, which is basically this is the armored. No, sorry, this is the armored gray. So that's like the next level up. Looks really nice though. And then the next level up would probably be in the grayish tone area, which will have to be this one. So this is, of course, armored gray, while this is titanium slate. Just flew off my hands right there. Yeah, titanium slate is basically dark gray. I don't think it's titanium because it doesn't have any metallic tones to it, but it's good. You can see here. The next up, I'm gonna have to pull two here. So we have Phantom Gray, which I believe that would be the next stage right there. So titanium slate and Phantom Gray. And then I'll put you over here again. The next one up would have to be, hold on, put that you back there. This one is Dark Space Blue, which, quite frankly, and yeah, that little thing's there. Quite frankly, this may be Titan's Blue 1. While this one, this Phantom Gray, has that German gray color tone that I've seen in other kits, in both Mr. Hobby and Tamiya paints. And in keeping in line, I think the next one would probably be this one. This is Armored Cobalt. This is a nice darker grayish tone, but it feels like black. In all due fairness, this thing feels like black. When I was spraying it, it felt like maybe this was metallic, but maybe I didn't see that here. Now we go to the blue. This is Space Blue. This one is more like the navy blue that you would normally see on aircrafts, like the Avenger or the Hellcats, that is. Whoops. Trying to do this right. Then the next blue would be dark azure. You can see there, dark azure. I knew this was not going to be perfect. The next one is freedom blue. So we have dark azure and freedom blue. And then we have bright blue. I think maybe the bright should have been this way. Yeah. And then this one is the azure blue. This is the more lighter tone. This is more like a sky blue color. All right. I think the next one would probably be purple. It's nice and smooth. Good. Yeah, the drying came out pretty good. Now let's focus on like the reds and yellows here. I'm gonna pull out the red, this yellow, and this is orange. Or sorry, bright orange. Is it bright orange? No, that's sunset orange, and then this is bright yellow. And then for the transitioning to the reds from the orange, we have the bright orange. Sorry, bright red. And then this is the, what's it called again? Forge red. Put you there again. Followed by, this is the dark coral. Okay. Hold on. You go here. You go there. And you go here. And then we have this one, which was called Chestnut Red. Chestnut Red has that, oh God, what kid had Chestnut Red? I forgot. I just saw it when I was painting and it looked weird. And I said, that looks really nice. And then we have the rose, Desert Rose, which has like this creamy color tone, or more of a pinkish tone, followed by taupe, rose taupe. Wow. And then I think the last ones are the greens. Let me just get them. So we have the light green, which is basically olive green. The deep olive green. And then we have the armored olive green. No, that's nice. Very, very nice. Well, ruined my presentation a bit. I don't know if I missed a color here and there, but I think I covered all the rainbow colors. I would assume that maybe there'll be another purple tone, maybe a darker tone. Purple's fine. All the blues are covered there, all the grays, all the, well, only a black, this carbon is basically black. I feel like it may have missed a color here and there, but regardless of the case, these are something that you can work on with color matching and maybe adding one pigmentation to another to either enhance one color or make something custom to whatever you need. This was a lot of work to paint all these colors on spoons. So I hope you like what I just did, because now this ends the testing of the paints on spoons. The real meat and potatoes is me painting it on a kit. I already primed the high-grade Zaku 2 Solaris version from Requiem of Vengeance. And I also going to be painting this guy as well. I'll think of something for him. But the Requiem of Vengeance kit, I've already primed using the primer that came with the product. And, you know, I figured out that, you know, it's not 50-50. Maybe it's a little bit more like 60-40 with the thinner. I'll be also trying out the thinner on these colors, because when I was applying it on the airbrush, I dropped like only 5 to 7 drops to get the entire effect of the part. Clearly, if I do maybe 20 drops, I'll probably do another 20 or so with the thinner. I don't know what is the ratio between the thinner and the paint. That I will discover, you know, momentarily once I go back to the table and begin painting the parts. I haven't even thought of if I'm going to be painting it the actual Solaris colors from the Requiem of Vengeance, or maybe changing it up. I may change it up, do a different color tone. We'll figure that out during this course. I may pull out another kit. I don't know if I have one that I have not, that I've only built and never painted. Pretty much all my painted kits are on display here on my shelves. I put away a lot of older kits that I honestly should have thought of that, but that's okay, because if we can't do it all in this video, in future videos, the next Gundam kit I'll build, I will be using these paints and see how well it works. But for now, let's try with what I got, and we'll go from there.